Signs you have an intimidating personality. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing to my channel, and click that little bell notification below. An intimidating person is someone who makes others feel timid or frightened. People can be turned off by the way we act or say things. It could also be something you see as a positive, and it turns off certain people because of how they perceive you. If you have these signs, your personality is likely to be intimidating to others. Number 1. You're not concerned with pleasing everyone. In many of our relationships, there's an undercurrent of intimidation that ranges from subtle and uncertain to overt and abusive. Strong people will not need to constantly impress others. Instead, they will work on their true personality, no matter how unsuitable it may appear to others. Though you will never stop respecting others, that doesn't mean you will respect someone by underestimating themselves. People with strong personalities always show their true selves. If that intimidates someone, then they can't accept it. That's their loss. Number 2. You can't stand ignorance and insensitivity. You despise people who snap judgments about things they don't understand and react impulsively without thinking. While you like to learn new things and keep an open mind, others may not always be as eager. So when someone passes judgment, especially on subjects they're inexperienced with, it can grate on your nerves. So you simply try to avoid those people. In the worst case scenario, you might become emotional and lose your temper with them. Number 3. You don't like small talk. Intelligent people tend to have strong opinions. They would always talk about ideas, innovations, or creative solutions to problems. They require a topic that stimulates their minds and brings tears to their eyes whenever they discuss it. Small talk is everyday nonsense wrapped up in a conversation. You dislike wasting time chit-chatting with people about the weather, their weekend, or any other usual topics out of consideration for others and out of politeness. Small talk seems pointless to you, and you'd rather get right to the point and discuss things that are truly important to you. As a result, you either skip the pleasantries or don't talk to people with whom you know you won't have an engaging conversation. And for that reason, you could come across as cold or rude. Number 4. You're led by your beliefs and morals. You stand firm and know that nothing outside can throw you off balance. Your morals are the guiding principles that give you direction in life, no matter how wrong they may seem to someone or how different from their point of view they may be. This makes you a better person than you believe. Nobody will persuade you to act in a way that isn't consistent with your moral principles. While making a decision, you ensure it's compatible with your values. This rigidity in decision-making can make you appear cold, uncompromising, and unfriendly. While some people tend to trust you more, some might feel threatened when you challenge their way of thinking. Number 5. You hate complaining. You don't understand why people must complain about everything and express every dissatisfaction in their lives. Since you don't offer justifications or accept them, you don't expect others to. You also demand the same of them. Instead of wasting time feeling sorry for themselves, you'd prefer people to actually get their act together and deal with their issues. Additionally, if you must work with them, you may also feel that they're wasting your time. So you could be direct and express your thoughts to them. Because of this, people may perceive you as heartless and indifferent, as if you were a machine who only cares about achieving results and is unconcerned with their difficulties. Number 6. You are goal-oriented. Big goal setters are aspirational and work hard to improve themselves. You are fervently inspired, devoted, and motivated to advance toward your objectives. If you're determined to do something, you will do it regardless of the consequences, even if it means deviating from what others expect of you. If your way of thinking or acting differs from the conventional wisdom, you aren't afraid to stand out and go against the crowd. And regardless of how absurd and strange it may seem to others, you have the confidence and faith to keep trying if you don't immediately succeed in getting the desired outcome. This attitude can appear intimidating to those around you. Those who are intimidated by your drive, on the other hand, are those who do not set goals for themselves. They are either insecure about themselves or lack the motivation to work toward their goals. Number 7. You're a person of your word. You are aware that words have great power. You not only keep your words to yourself, but you also keep your words to others. You act in this way because you place the same value on yourself as you do on others. But many people are intimidated by the fact that you keep your word and do what you say you will do. It's all about honor for you. You're straightforward and place a high value on honesty. You respect others without needing to go above and beyond to win their favor. You express yourself and tell people exactly what you believe. There's nothing you can do if people find showing your true self to be intimidating and they can't handle it. Because you don't go around pleasing people, you can sometimes come across as rude. Number 8. You're independent. If you're an independent thinker who knows what you're worth, you might be mistaken for arrogant. People who are intimidating are usually too self-sufficient. They're the type of people who prefer to do things independently rather than rely on others for assistance. This level of independence is frequently motivated by a sense of pride. Intimidating people may be self-confident and don't believe they need anyone else's assistance. While it's important to be self-sufficient, knowing when to ask for assistance is also essential. Nobody can do everything all of the time. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Number 9. You don't make friends easily. People with strong personalities don't let anybody into their lives because they know how unpredictable people can be these days. They believe being alone and honest is preferable to being surrounded by imposters. A strong person doesn't rely on others to tell them who they are, or what they can do. When it comes to friendships, you only have a few that you can relate to. It's not only because you choose to be with a few, but also because people don't find you friendly and don't tend to get close to you. Anyways, you don't really care, do you? Number 10. You're brutally honest. Your brutal honesty is another factor that might make some people hesitant to approach or make friends with you. Sincerity, in your opinion, is the best policy, even if it requires telling people things they don't want to hear. You don't like to walk carefully or dodge questions. Instead, you're not afraid to speak up and let people know what you believe they need to know. You speak up because you think it's the right thing to do. While this trait is admirable, it can be offensive to others. People accustomed to sugarcoating their words may feel attacked when they're in the presence of someone who is always brutally honest. Number 11. You don't need attention. You don't require much attention if you have a strong personality. That's why straightforward people are known to be the most low-key people you'll ever meet. They don't have the time or energy to engage in meaningless attention-seeking behaviors. They radiate self-assurance and determination. Don't anticipate them to come pleading for even a tiny amount of attention, because life has taught them how to stand their ground. Their charisma, however, frequently draws many people, and the amount of socializing they receive is not because they specifically requested it, but because people like having them around. Jealousy is unavoidable in this situation. Consequently, you will agitate those nearby more. Number 12. You are a control freak. You feel more at ease when you're the one making the decisions. This desire for control is usually motivated by feelings of insecurity. To feel more secure, intimidating individuals may attempt to take charge of every aspect of their lives. Unfortunately, it's critical to remember that no one has complete control over their lives. There will always be things beyond your control. It's not so much what happens to us, but it's about how we respond to it. Others may find you intimidating just because you're beating yourself and trying to control everything.